If you're over 60 and taking magnesium for sleep, muscle cramps, constipation, or heart health, today's video may save you from some very common problems I see in older adults every single week. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and after more than 20 years caring for seniors, I can tell you this with complete honesty. Magnesium is one of the most helpful minerals you can take as you age. It supports your nerves, relaxes your muscles, calms your heart rhythm, and even helps improve sleep quality. But the benefits only show up when magnesium is taken correctly. And unfortunately, many older adults are unknowingly using it in ways that reduce its effectiveness. Or worse, create new issues like stomach upset, low blood pressure, medication interactions, or weakened kidney function. Most of the mistakes I see aren't dramatic. They're simple things: choosing the wrong form of magnesium, taking it at the wrong time of day, mixing it with medications that don't pair well, or using doses that are far too high for an aging digestive system. These habits often develop quietly over months or years, and seniors don't realize they're the reason they feel dizzy, extra tired, constipated, or even more anxious. The good news is that once you understand how magnesium works in the body and which forms and routines actually support you, it becomes one of the safest, most effective supplements for older adults. So in today's video, we're going to go through the 8 dangerous mistakes seniors make when taking magnesium, and more importantly, how to avoid them so you can stay safe, sleep better, and feel calmer and more balanced throughout your day. Let's start with the first mistake, one that affects nearly everyone who buys magnesium without reading the label closely. The first mistake I see more than any other is simply choosing the wrong type of magnesium. And it makes complete sense. When you walk into a pharmacy or look online, magnesium comes in so many forms that it can feel overwhelming. Magnesium oxide, citrate, glycinate, malate, L-threonate, chloride. They all sound similar, but your body reacts to each one very differently. Most older adults end up picking whatever bottle is cheapest or most available. But after 60, choosing the wrong form can mean your magnesium never gets absorbed properly, or worse, that it irritates your stomach, disrupts your digestion, or throws off your electrolytes. Let me explain the difference in a simple, practical way. Magnesium oxide, the form most commonly sold and usually the least expensive, is absorbed very poorly, sometimes only 2 to 4%. That means almost the entire dose goes straight through your digestive system, often causing bloating, diarrhea, or stomach cramping. Many seniors take magnesium oxide for sleep or muscle cramps and wonder why nothing changes. This is why magnesium citrate is absorbed better, but it has a strong laxative effect. It's helpful for constipation, but if you take it for sleep or leg cramps, it may leave you running to the bathroom instead of resting comfortably. For older adults with sensitive digestion or IBS, citrate can easily make symptoms worse. Magnesium glycinate, on the other hand, is one of the gentlest and most absorbable forms. It's excellent for sleep, anxiety, restless legs, nighttime muscle tension, and overall relaxation. For most seniors, this is the form that provides the calm, steady benefits they're looking for. Then there's magnesium malate, which supports energy production. This form is better in the morning because it can make you feel more alert. Many older adults take it at night without realizing it may interfere with sleep. Finally, magnesium L-threonate is the only form shown to cross the blood-brain barrier effectively, making it useful for memory, focus, and cognitive support. But it's often more expensive, and not everyone needs it. The key is matching the type of magnesium to the benefit you want. Here's a simple guide I often give my patients. For sleep, anxiety, or restless legs, magnesium glycinate. For constipation, magnesium citrate. For memory or brain health, magnesium L-threonate. For energy or muscle recovery, magnesium malate. For general use, magnesium glycinate or magnesium chloride. Choosing the right form makes all the difference. When seniors switch from the wrong magnesium to the right one, they often say, "I can't believe how much better I feel. I thought magnesium just didn't work for me." Magnesium is powerful, but only when it comes in the form your body can actually use. And once you get this first step right, every other benefit, sleep, muscles, heart rhythm, digestion, becomes easier to achieve. The second mistake many older adults make is taking magnesium at a time of day that works against what their body actually needs. Magnesium is powerful, but its effects change depending on the hour you take it. And after 60, when sleep rhythms shift, digestion slows, and medications become part of daily life, timing becomes just as important as the type of magnesium you choose. Let me explain this the way I share it with my patients. Magnesium has a natural calming effect on the nervous system. It relaxes tense muscles, slows racing thoughts, and helps your heart maintain a steady rhythm. Because of this, most seniors do best taking magnesium in the evening, about 1 to 2 hours before bed. This gives the mineral time to absorb and gently guide your body into deeper, more restorative sleep, the kind you need to protect memory, balance, and circulation. But many older adults take their magnesium first thing in the morning without realizing it can make them feel unusually tired, sluggish, or foggy during the day. Magnesium lowers cortisol, your natural morning alertness hormone. So when you take it too early, it can flatten your energy and make it harder to feel fully awake. That said, not all forms of magnesium are meant for nighttime. For example, magnesium glycinate is ideal in the evening because it supports relaxation and sleep. Magnesium citrate, which has a laxative effect, is better in the morning when your digestive system is more active. Magnesium malate supports energy production, making it a good choice for daytime use, not before bed. Magnesium L-threonate, which targets the brain, can be taken either morning or evening depending on whether you want sharper focus during the day or more calmness at night. Another thing to consider is your digestive system. After 60, digestion tends to slow down, especially in the evening. If you take magnesium right after a heavy dinner, particularly magnesium citrate, it may cause stomach upset or urgent bathroom trips at night. And if you take magnesium on an empty stomach, it can sometimes lead to nausea. Timing becomes even more important if you take medications for blood pressure, sleep, thyroid function, or heart rhythm. Magnesium can interact with some of these when taken too close together, making the medication weaker, or in some cases, too strong. So what's the safest and most effective timing for most seniors? Here's the simple guide I give my patients. For sleep, anxiety, tight muscles, or restless legs, take magnesium glycinate 1 to 2 hours before bed. For constipation, take magnesium citrate in the morning with food. For energy or muscle recovery, take magnesium malate early in the day. For brain support, take magnesium L-threonate, either morning or evening, depending on how it affects your alertness. A small shift in timing can dramatically change how magnesium makes you feel. Many seniors tell me, "I didn't know magnesium could work this well. I just needed to take it at the right time." Your body still responds beautifully to gentle support. It just needs that support to come at the right moment of the day. Another mistake I see often, and one that can cause real problems for seniors, is taking magnesium too close to certain medications. Magnesium is a mineral, but it behaves a lot like a sponge in the digestive system. It can grab onto other medicines and block them from being absorbed properly. And for older adults who rely on daily medications for heart rhythm, thyroid function, blood pressure, circulation, or bone health, this can create issues you may not connect back to your magnesium. Let me explain this in a simple, practical way. When magnesium is taken at the wrong time, it can weaken important medications or, in some cases, intensify their effects. And because seniors often take multiple medications each day, these interactions can build up quietly without you noticing until symptoms start to appear. Here are the medications most affected. 1. Thyroid medications, like levothyroxine. Magnesium can bind to thyroid medication in the stomach, preventing it from being absorbed. This can leave you feeling tired, cold, foggy, or constipated, not because your thyroid is getting worse, but because your medication isn't reaching your bloodstream too. Blood pressure medications. Some types of magnesium relax blood vessels. If taken too close to blood pressure pills, they can drop your pressure too low, making you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or unsteady on your feet. 3. Diuretics, water pills. These change how your kidneys handle electrolytes. When combined with magnesium, your electrolyte balance can shift too quickly, leading to fatigue, irregular heartbeat, or muscle weakness. 4. Osteoporosis medications, like bisphosphonates. Magnesium reduces absorption of these drugs, weakening their effectiveness and making it harder to protect your bones. 5. Certain antibiotics. Magnesium binds tightly to medications like tetracycline and quinolone antibiotics, stopping them from working entirely. This is a major reason doctors tell patients not to take supplements during certain antibiotic treatments. And here is something many older adults don't realize. Magnesium can also interfere with iron supplements, reducing the amount your body can use, which matters if you struggle with anemia or low energy. So what's the solution? Fortunately, it's simple and doesn't require stopping magnesium. Here's the guideline I give my patients. Always separate magnesium from any medication by at least 2 to 4 hours. This gives your body enough time to absorb the prescription drug before magnesium enters your system. For example, if you take thyroid medication in the morning, take magnesium at night. If you take blood pressure medication at bedtime, take magnesium earlier in the evening. If you take antibiotics, pause magnesium entirely until that course is finished. A small timing adjustment can prevent dizziness, fatigue, irregular heartbeats, and a host of symptoms that many seniors assume are just part of aging. Often, the real issue is simply that magnesium and medications were taken too close together. Your medications are meant to support your health, and so is magnesium. When used correctly, they work beautifully side by side. But spacing them out is essential to keep your body steady, safe, and balanced. This next mistake is something many older adults don't even think about: taking too much magnesium. Because magnesium is natural and widely available over the counter, people assume it's always safe, no matter the dose. But after 60, your body processes minerals differently. Your digestion slows, your kidneys work harder, and your electrolyte balance becomes more delicate. And when the dose is too high, magnesium that was meant to help you can quietly start to work against you. Let me explain what really happens. The recommended daily amount of magnesium from supplements for most adults is usually 200 to 350 milligrams per day, depending on the form. But many seniors unknowingly go far beyond that, sometimes taking 2 or 3 different products that all contain magnesium. For example, a sleep supplement with magnesium glycinate, a calm drink powder with magnesium citrate, a multivitamin with magnesium oxide, and maybe even a stool softener that contains magnesium. Individually, these seem harmless, but together they can easily add up to 600 to 800 milligrams or more, far higher than what an older body comfortably handles. Too much magnesium can cause diarrhea or loose stools, stomach cramping, nausea, low blood pressure, muscle weakness, dizziness or lightheadedness, and, in severe cases, irregular heartbeat. And for seniors with reduced kidney function, something that becomes more common with age, excess magnesium can build up in the bloodstream because the kidneys can't remove it as quickly. This can lead to hypermagnesemia, a condition that affects your heart, breathing, and muscle control. It doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, often without clear warning signs. Here's something I see often in my own practice. A senior takes magnesium for sleep, notices it helps, and thinks, If a little helps, maybe more will help even more. But with magnesium, it doesn't work that way. More is not better. The body has a threshold, and once you cross it, you don't get extra benefits. You only get side effects. So what's the safest approach? Here's what I recommend to my patients. Start low. Begin with 100 to 150 milligrams of magnesium glycinate in the evening. Increase slowly if needed, but never jump to high doses overnight. Avoid combining multiple magnesium products unless a doctor guides you. Check labels carefully. Magnesium hides in many sleep powders, fiber drinks, and multivitamins. If you have kidney disease, diabetes, or heart issues, talk with your doctor before taking magnesium regularly. The truth is, you don't need high doses to feel the benefits. The older body responds beautifully to gentle, steady support. When you take the right form and the right amount, magnesium helps you sleep better, feel calmer, move more comfortably, and support your heart rhythm, all without stress or strain. Your goal isn't to max out magnesium. Your goal is to give your body just enough, the amount it can use, absorb, and appreciate. This next mistake is one many seniors don't connect to magnesium at all, assuming that stomach issues, diarrhea, constipation swings, or cramping are just part of aging, when in reality, they're often caused by the type or dose of magnesium they're taking. After 60, digestion naturally slows down. Stomach acid becomes weaker, the intestines move food more slowly, and the gut becomes more sensitive to changes in electrolytes, because magnesium pulls water into the intestines. Taking the wrong form, or too much, can disrupt your digestive rhythm in ways that feel confusing or unpredictable. Let me explain this gently and clearly. Certain types of magnesium, especially magnesium citrate, oxide, and hydroxide, have strong laxative effects. They draw water into the colon, soften stool, and stimulate bowel movements. For someone with constipation, this can be helpful, but for many older adults, it can create the opposite problem: urgent trips to the bathroom, nighttime diarrhea, cramping, or dehydration. I've had seniors come to me saying, "My stomach has been off lately. Maybe I ate something bad," when the real cause is the magnesium drink they started taking for sleep citrate and oxide pass through the digestive tract so quickly that they leave little time for absorption, which is why they often lead to loose stools. On the other hand, magnesium glycinate is extremely gentle. It's absorbed well, doesn't pull water into the intestines, and won't disrupt digestion for most older adults. That's why it's the form I recommend most often for sleep, anxiety, muscle cramps, and overall relaxation. But there's another piece to consider. If you already take medications that affect digestion, such as proton pump inhibitors, antacids, diabetes medications, or constipation treatments, adding magnesium can amplify those effects. The result might be new symptoms you attribute to aging, when in reality, your gut is simply reacting to a supplement your body doesn't need or can't handle at that dose. Here are some signs your digestive system may be reacting to magnesium: sudden or frequent diarrhea, cramping low in the abdomen, bloating or gas after taking your supplement, needing to run to the bathroom soon after eating, constipation that swings to diarrhea and back again, dehydration or dry mouth after a bowel movement. These are not normal changes of aging. They are signs your body is trying to tell you that the magnesium form or dose isn't right. Here's what I advise. If you experience loose stools, switch to magnesium glycinate immediately. Take magnesium with a small snack if your stomach is sensitive. Avoid citrate or oxide unless your doctor recommends them specifically for constipation. Drink a full glass of water when taking magnesium to support your gut. Start with a low dose and work your way up slowly. Your digestive system plays a bigger role in your overall health than most people realize. It affects your energy, your sleep, your inflammation levels, and even your mood. Treat it gently. Magnesium should support your gut, not disrupt it. This next mistake seems simple, but it affects more older adults than you might think. Taking magnesium without drinking enough water. Hydration becomes more important as we age, not less. The kidneys work a little slower, the digestive system moves a little differently, and the body holds onto water less efficiently than it used to. And because magnesium interacts closely with fluids and electrolytes, taking it without enough water can create issues you might never connect back to the supplement itself. Here's why this matters. Magnesium attracts water. In forms like citrate and oxide, it pulls water into the intestines. In gentler forms like glycinate, it still needs adequate hydration to move through the digestive tract smoothly and to be absorbed effectively. When you take magnesium while dehydrated, or with only a sip of water, your body struggles to use it properly. Older adults often tell me, "I drink when I'm thirsty," but by the time you feel thirst at 60 or 70, your body is already behind. And when you add magnesium into that picture, you may experience constipation or sluggish digestion, cramping in the lower belly, dizziness when standing up, dry mouth or headaches, irregular heartbeat or palpitations, muscle twitching or weakness. Many of these symptoms come from a simple imbalance. Your electrolytes are shifting without enough fluid to support them. Another issue I see often is when seniors take magnesium at night with almost no water because they don't want to use the bathroom. But without hydration, magnesium can't do its job, especially if you're using it to relax muscles, ease nighttime cramps, or support your heart rhythm. Then there's the kidney factor. Even though magnesium is healthy, the kidneys still have to process it. When you're dehydrated, the kidneys work much harder. Over time, this can make older adults feel more fatigued, less steady on their feet, or more sensitive to changes in blood pressure. So what's the solution? Fortunately, it's simple and gentle. Here's what I tell my patients. Always take magnesium with a full glass of water, about 6 to 8 ounces. If you take magnesium glycinate at night, sip water slowly so you don't overwhelm your bladder. If you're taking magnesium citrate for constipation, hydrate a little extra that day. Spread your water intake throughout the day instead of drinking large amounts all at once. Pay attention to signs of dehydration, darker urine, thirst, dry mouth, headaches, or feeling unusually tired. A well-hydrated body uses magnesium beautifully. You'll feel calmer, your muscles will relax more easily, and your digestion will move the way it's meant to. And the best part is that your heart rhythm will stay steadier because your electrolytes remain in balance. Magnesium works best when it has the support it needs, and water is one of the simplest, most important supports of all. This next mistake happens quietly in many senior households, taking magnesium with foods or drinks that interfere with the way your body absorbs it. Supplements don't work in isolation. They interact with whatever else is in your stomach at the same time. And after 60, when digestion slows down and your stomach acid becomes weaker, the timing and pairing of magnesium with certain foods becomes even more important. Let's talk about the combinations I see most often. The first one is coffee. Many older adults take their morning supplements with a cup of coffee because it's part of their routine, but coffee is a stimulant, and it speeds up the digestive tract. It can push magnesium through your system before your body has a chance to absorb it. Coffee also increases urination, which can flush electrolytes out more quickly, including magnesium. So when seniors take magnesium with coffee, they often absorb far less than they expect. Then there's calcium. Calcium and magnesium compete for the same absorption pathways. When you take them at the same time, especially in large doses, your body must choose which mineral to absorb first, and most often, calcium wins. That means your magnesium supplement may pass right through you with minimal benefit. This is especially important for older adults because many take calcium for bone health and magnesium for sleep or cramps, not realizing the two should be separated. Next, let's talk about high-fat meals. Meals heavy in butter, cheese, cream, fried foods, or fatty meats slow down stomach emptying. This might sound like it would help magnesium absorb better, but in reality, it causes the supplement to sit too long in the stomach, leading to nausea, stomach discomfort, or poor absorption. Seniors with sensitive digestion often feel this more strongly. Another thing many people don't know is that foods high in oxalates, like spinach, almonds, beets, or certain whole grains, can bind to magnesium in the gut and reduce the amount your body can use. These foods are healthy, but they're better eaten earlier or later, not right alongside your supplement. So how do you get the most out of your magnesium? Here's the simple guidance I give my patients. Take magnesium with water, not coffee or tea. Separate magnesium and calcium by 2 to 3 hours. Avoid taking magnesium immediately after heavy fatty meals. If you're using magnesium for sleep, take it 1 to 2 hours before bed, not with dinner. If you eat high oxalate foods, take magnesium at a different time of day. These small adjustments can dramatically improve how magnesium works in your body. Seniors who make these changes often tell me they start sleeping better, their muscle cramps calm down, and they feel more relaxed. Even though they're taking the exact same dose, magnesium is incredibly helpful, but only when it has the right conditions to do its job. With the right timing and pairings, your supplement becomes far more effective, and your body feels the difference. This last mistake is one I see all the time. Expecting magnesium to work like a quick fix, and then giving up after a few days when nothing seems to change. And I understand why it happens. When you're dealing with muscle cramps, trouble sleeping, constipation, anxiety, or low energy, you want relief quickly, but magnesium doesn't work like a pain pill or a sleeping pill. It works slowly, steadily, and gently, especially in an older body. After 60, magnesium levels in the body often fall quietly over many years. Stress, medications, digestive changes, and poorer absorption all contribute. So when someone finally starts taking magnesium, they're usually correcting a deficiency that has been building for a long time. And rebuilding those levels takes patience. Here's what I tell my patients. Magnesium works from the inside out. That means it first restores the levels in your cells, nerves, and muscles, and only then do you start feeling the changes. This process can take 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes longer depending on the form and dosage. Many older adults stop after 5 or 6 days because they think it isn't helping, but the truth is the benefit is happening, just not in a way you can feel right away. Let me give you a clearer idea of what a realistic magnesium timeline looks like. Week 1, you may feel a little calmer or notice an easier time falling asleep. Some people feel nothing yet, and that's perfectly normal. Week 2, muscles may feel less tight. Restless legs may start calming down. Digestion may become more regular. Week 3 to 4, deeper sleep, fewer nighttime awakenings, fewer cramps, steadier energy, less anxiety. Many seniors tell me this is when they finally think, oh, it's working. Week 5 and beyond, improved heart rhythm stability, better focus, and a more relaxed nervous system. These are the benefits that come from long-term consistency, not one-time use. Stopping magnesium early means you never get to experience these deeper benefits. Another issue is that some seniors switch forms too quickly. For example, they try magnesium glycinate for 2 nights, feel nothing dramatic, and assume it isn't working. But magnesium isn't supposed to create dramatic changes. It's supposed to gently support your body in a steady, predictable way. So here's my advice. Give magnesium 3 to 4 weeks before deciding if it's helping. Stay consistent. Take it at the same time every day. Choose the correct form for your specific concern. Don't chase quick results. Trust the slow, steady process. Your body may not respond overnight, but it always responds to patient, consistent care, and magnesium, when used correctly, remains one of the most reliable and gentle ways to support your nerves, your sleep, and your overall well-being, especially after 60. As we finish today's video, I hope you can see that magnesium isn't just another supplement. It's a quiet foundation that supports your muscles, your sleep, your heart rhythm, your nerves, and even your ability to stay calm throughout the day. But like so many things in health, the benefits only appear when we use it correctly. Most of the 8 mistakes we discussed are small, everyday habits: taking the wrong form, choosing the wrong time of day, combining magnesium with medications, not drinking enough water, or expecting results overnight. These aren't dramatic errors. They're simply things no one ever explained clearly, and once you understand them, magnesium becomes far more effective and far safer, especially after 60. I've seen so many older adults finally sleep better, reduce their nighttime cramps, feel steadier on their feet, and regain a sense of calm simply by adjusting how they take magnesium. The body at this age is incredibly wise. It responds beautifully to the right kind of support, especially when that support comes gently and consistently. And remember, you don't have to make every change at once. Start with the one mistake that spoke to you the most. Fix that first, then make one more adjustment the next week. These small steps build on each other, and before long, you'll feel the difference in how you sleep, how you move, and how you feel throughout the day. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I'm grateful you spent this time with me. If this video helped you or taught you something new, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your health matters, your comfort matters, and every simple choice you make today helps you stay strong, steady, and confident tomorrow.